Okay, we got the new belt grinder we had on the last episode. That's behind the wall again. That come out charging hard, and then the bearings on the rollers all started squealing, and we had to stop and put some new bearings in that. So Gator Boy's gonna have a last laugh on this one. New motor, another $36 in bearings plus some freight. Should get that back in action. We had to quit working on that because we got in some material. The upholstery guy went back to making seats. He's working on 70 Panther seats. It's going to be looking nice. Panther print on there. Or leopard print. It ain't Panther print, you dipshit. It's got the proper piping on there. Nice seam on the back here, because this is where the gas tank will go. And then this is the bottom with the zipper in there. And then this will be the part that snaps to the tunnel. It'll have cat head snaps in there. He had to go shopping or he would have had this baby done today. This is what he starts with. Is gets an old seat and takes that apart, makes a pattern for that. That's the old piece of material. We cut that up as a shape and put that on the wall like we shot something exotic and spun it out. And then he builds the seat up from there. And that's the end product. Does a pretty good job. He don't think so, but I do. We don't give a shit what he thinks. Then we got a new hot job from Corp. He's working on some tractor transmission and wanted to put a bushing in the cover. He wanted to go brass bushing in there. The shaft was wore probably more than the cover, but the cover was wore too. Got a little O-ring on there to seal it. It'll probably be alright. I think it's a little loose, but I made second bush and screwed both of them up, obviously. First one was a lot looser, but we'll have to see what he says, see if it passes his tight inspection standards. I'm a little worried, but we'll see tomorrow. Okay, here's a little doodad we had to make for Yeah. This is some little gizmo that goes to a black powder rifle. It's like a cleaning tool or something. Apparently, shit screws in the end there. This screws onto a rod. So we wanted some little thing. Apparently, this is a part that screw on, and apparently you push in a. It doesn't go on this piece. It goes on a piece the same diameter as the aluminum part. But it goes in there and pushes on a ball. I guess is how you maybe packed a ball or something. I don't know much about it. But he wanted a tiny little thread on the end. I think it's 832 or 1032. I don't even remember what thread it was. Thought it was metric at first, but it wasn't. But I blame that on him to be his fault. And then we had to machine a little divot on the end of it. I don't know if you can see it there. A little convex part there. Can you see? Okay, we took this cool double-ended motor off a DeWalt table saw. I've been kicking around here. And we mounted up our brushes to it. Got a nasty knot wire brush on one end. And a little softer bristle brush on the other. Ouch. Still gets you though. This one is nasty though. I really am afraid to run this one on here. Well, I'm afraid it'll just take your finger right clean off if you just touch it. So anyhow, we made these ones before. A little piece of hex. Nice long bowl in there. A little piece of hex stock and a little brush mounted on that little stub, and then this would had a little thing clamped it on there. But these were, we did them in a 3-jaw chuck, and they were out enough. It just vibrated the thing something terribly. So we made up some new ones to use. Threaded them up. We did these in the 4-jaw chuck, got them lined right up perfect, and they barely even vibrate. We bored a hole in there, a couple of set screws there. And a 5/8 fine thread. And then this part where the wheel goes, we made that a little bit bigger, so you're not basically having to grind the wheel down the threads all the time. You still make contact with it, but not quite as bad. And then that fits right up on there. And we made a little nut out of some of the same material. This is old snowmobile drive shaft. Threaded that up, and a little recess there for the little part that sticks through. This one ain't so bad. The other one has it. And then one side's left-hand thread, because of course, if you had right hand on both sides, one would want to loosen up all the time. So one's left hand, one's right hand. You got little flats on there to tighten it up. And then these made these special little set screws with a dog point on the end to go down into the keyway in the shaft, so you're not just trying to scram the screw into the groove like a Hanyak does. So that'll be a nice little deal. I think it's a 1-horse engine, or a 1-horse motor. That'll make a big difference. That'll really hurt you though too. That baby, it really scares me. It's gonna make me bleed. We've been playing around with our lights. This is a new version of the Timberjack one. It's got more of a gap around the sides and stuff. Hides the lights better that you light it up with. This has just got a piece of paper and a light behind it. And there's another one we did. We did a Jeep one. That one's kind of cool. And we did an IH one for you IH fags out there. That one's pretty cool too. Yeah, we got 97 Z440 we're working on. This is actually Cooper's sister Sled. Cooper's a kid with a Honda dirt bike. She's going to start riding a snowmobile this year if we get snow. Friggin' good luck, kid. But yeah, this was her grandma's sled. And it's got passed down to her, so she's going to try riding her out. Got a big good bumper on there. Be good for a kid who would learn to ride. It's not a bad little sled for what it is. If I was a little kid, I'd ride it. If all I had to ride, I'd ride it. It's got some troubles. So it needed the carbs cleaned. No big deal. Like everyone does, it sits around. Actually, the carbs weren't too bad, actually. But the choke plungers were seized in there. We couldn't get them out. We had it in the vise, prying on them, tapping on them, let them soak for days with blaster, 50/50 acetone, ATF, anything that you could think of. Watched internet videos, nothing seemed to work. So we finally put them on the milling machine and milled the plungers out. There's what's remaining of the 2 plungers. I don't know what was holding them in there. This one spun when we took it out. This one we had to pry out of there, but still don't look like a lot of rust or white rust or however that aluminum shit rusts, but they were stuck. Had a special order for a jackalope for a mailbox too. Yeah, whatever. We'll help anybody anytime, man. You need a jackalope, come on down.